Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. Baruch Shavuot. I hope everyone is having a very restful and peaceful Shavuot. It is the wedding feast of Yahusha. That is why I'm wearing white. I wore this. I was wearing something different earlier, but I was getting this washed because I wore it yesterday. Because I know that Shavuot started last night and then continued on till today. So I hope everyone is having a very peaceful day. We are on video number 23 of Wormwood, The Secret of Lawlessness in One Word. You can find this book on TorahZone.net. It's by Brother Lou White. We are, if you guys have the book, you can follow along with me. We're on page 83, and we are on, is the Wormwood of the Magisterium infallible, or infallible? It makes me think of what I'm learning in psychology, or what I learned in past classes for the Christian school. They were talking about fallacies. Okay. The scriptures are interpreted by the living spirit of Yahusha in a believer, guiding us into all truth, not by a hierarchy imposing its authority over us. Yahusha is our only teaching authority, and we are all brothers and sisters. Nicolaitan behavior is hated by Yahusha. The doctrine of apostolic succession is a man-made tradition. Because the Nazarim have always ignored the authority of the Roman circus, we were forced to hide in the valleys, Waldensians. The Alexandrian cult wrote about us, condemning us for living according to the Torah, seeing no difference between us and the Yahudim, except that we believe in Yahusha. If the Roman circus is infallible, how did they manage to alter the fourth commandment, the sign of the eternal covenant, to the day of the sun? Yahuah told us not to erect a pillar anywhere at Leviticus or Yahuah or Yahuah 26:1. So the circus puts them on every building they can find. If this is against Yahuah, why would they be doing this? The infallible aspect seems to pertain to the ability to never miss a chance to disobey. Yeah, because they won't even speak the name of Yahuah. If somebody speaks it, I noticed someone in my comments mentioned how they talked about being redeemed in Yahusha when they immersed at a circus, and how the priest's face was shocked. Well, of course they would be shocked because they don't want people knowing the true name. They don't teach the true name. The infallible aspect seems to pertain to the ability to never miss a chance to disobey. They always find a way to disobey. They eat ham and they think it's okay. They eat bacon and they think it's okay. They eat whatever they want. And you're not supposed to eat the animals, the creatures of the earth that were put here to dispose of the garbage of the earth. Like pigs dispose of dead bodies. That's the only, sorry, I know that's a very disgusting description, but that's the only thing I could think of at the moment as an example. Pigs eat anything, and they roll in mud. We're not supposed to eat things that are detestable or abominable. And like certain fish of the sea eat the garbage or eat the nasty stuff off the bottom. They clean the ocean floor. They are not meant for food. What Yahuah told us to never do, they do. What he told us to do, they avoid like the plague. The reason the reapers are about to be released is because men have broken the everlasting covenant. See, Yahuah is making the earth empty and making it waste, and shall overturn its surface and shall scatter abroad its inhabitants. And it shall be, as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the female servant, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the creditor, so with the debtor. The earth is completely emptied and utterly plundered, for Yahuah has spoken this word. The earth shall mourn and wither, the world shall languish and wither, the haughty people of the earth shall languish. For the earth has been defiled under its inhabitants, because they have transgressed the Torah, changed the law, and broken the everlasting covenant. Yeshayahu 25:15. My foot is falling asleep. Bella likes to lay weird, and I have my foot up, so that foot is falling asleep. She's not even that heavy. She's a toy. She's a toy breed. You can't fix this with holy water, sacraments, and powerless prayers to someone named Jesus, which is a fake, false deity, false name, just ridiculous. Because that's not his name, and it never will be. Are you okay, Bella? His name is Yahusha and means I am your deliverer. That makes a lot more sense than Jesus, don't you think? Partially translated, it can also mean Yah is our deliverer, which goes with Yahuah or Yahusha. I'm sorry, Beanie. Okay. He is Yahuah incarnate, literally in the flesh. Now it'll show you a monstrance that the Pope is holding while hiding in a shawl covering, and a cone hat and cake, which is making wishes to genies when you blow out the candles, and the hat is like a witch's hat, so beware. It's not like a witch's hat, it is a witch's hat, and the Christian circuses are all okay with it. As long as the people don't find out that it's from paganism. Oh my. Like, it kind of reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. Like the normal world, and then she falls into this fantasy realm. Well, the Christians are living in a fantasy. And they will find out when Yahusha returns. Will they ever? There's an incredibly diverse amount of witchcraft practiced openly, which few people perceive as evil in Yahusha's eyes. Instead of pledging ourselves to invisible genies, wearing wizard caps, baking cakes for the Queen of Heaven, lighting candles and making wishes, we need to be restored to favor with Yahusha. Paganism is as paganism does. If we practice evil things, we will be barred from the presence of Yahusha and not be allowed to enter through the gates of the new Jerusalem, the paradise he has created for us. He created a new earth for us, for the ones that follow him and that follow his commandments and keep with the everlasting covenant and keep his festival days and rest on the Shabbat. Blessed are those doing his commands, so that the authority shall be theirs unto the tree of life, and to enter through the gates into the city. But outside are the dogs, and those who enchant with drugs, and those who whore, and the murderers, and the idolaters, and all who love and do falsehood. Revelation 14-15. What is the message of Yahuah? The Besorah of Yahuah is the explanation and solution to the greatest question, mankind's oldest mystery. Why are we here? The explanation tells us the purpose of life, to learn to love. Active love is serving, from beginning to end, Aleph to Tav. The Creator has pleaded, searched hearts, and repeated himself beyond measure for mankind to return to him, return to favor with Yahuah. Who has ears to hear him? He said, love me and guard my commands. The word, light, wisdom, living water, and his covenant are all the same thing. The Torah of Yahuah. Torah teaches how to love. but most people try to bear the fruit without the instructions. Torah is truth, Yahuah's word. We cannot skip it or sneak in some other way. It is the gate, and the gate is Yahushua himself. We accept him as our Redeemer and Sovereign and show him by obeying his commandments. There is no other way to worship him. He only accepts obedience, our reasonable worship. We cannot worship idols, and we cannot bow down to images like the Christians and the pagans do. Creation's purpose, love. The Mashiach of Yasharal, or Israel, Yahushua of Nazareth, told an elder, "If you do not believe when I spoke to you about earthly things, how are you going to believe when I speak to you about the heavenly things?" And no one has gone up into the heavens except he who came down from the heavens, the Son of Adam. And as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Adam be lifted up, so that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but possess everlasting life. For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only procreated Son, so that everyone who believes in him should not perish, but possess everlasting life. For Elohim did not send his Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not judged, but he who does not believe is judged already, because he has not believed in the name of the only procreated Son of Elohim. And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, and men loved the darkness rather than the light, for their works were evil. For everyone who practices evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his work should be exposed. But the one doing the truth comes to the light, so that his works are clearly seen. They that have been wrought in Elohim, Yahuah23. Yahushua does not want any to perish. For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only brought forth son, so that everyone who believes in him should not perish, but possess everlasting life. For Elohim did not send his Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not judged, but he who does not believe is judged already, because he has not believed in the name of the only brought forth Son of Elohim. And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, and men loved the darkness rather than the light, for their works were wicked. For everyone who is practicing evil matters hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his works should be exposed. But the one doing the truth comes to the light, so that his or her works are clearly seen, that they have been wrought in Elohim. Yahuah23, 16-2. And the last lesson for today is Wormwood is tradition. And he answering said to them, "Well, did Yashayahu prophesy concerning you hypocrites, as it has been written? This people respect me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and in vain do they worship me, teaching as teachings the commands of men. Forsaking the command of Elohim, you hold fast to the tradition of men." And he said to them, "Well, do you set aside the command of Elohim in order to guard your tradition?" That sounds a lot like what's going on today. Mark 7, 6-9. With Yahushua's words ringing in your mind, what traditions may have come to replace the commands of Yahuah? Try these on for size. Here are all the traditions. Christmas, Easter, Sunday, Halloween, which is Feast of Dead Saints. Sacraments, steeples, bells, crosses, eating unclean animals, apostolic succession, celibacy, veneration of human remains, images, holy water, indulgences, Trinitarian ideas, prayer beads, or the counting of prayer beads, or Hindu beads, prohibition of true name, Yahuah, Yahushua, prayer to the dead, necromancy, infant baptism, and much more. Men have set aside the commands of Yahuah for their traditions, turning his word into wormwood. Time is almost up. For sure. Next time we will be doing a study on the day of Yahuah will be Judgment Day. The final warning to all mankind. The reality is all around us. That one is very long, so that one might have to be a separate one. Okay, yes. Yes, that'll be a separate one. So we're just going to do 2 lessons tomorrow. Or no, 3. The reality is all around us. No. So 2 lessons. The final warning to all mankind and the day of Yahuah will be Judgment Day. Okay, I hope you guys all enjoyed this lesson today. I hope you guys learned some new things or were able to teach your children some new things with this video. I really try to keep these videos easy to understand so that even children would be able to learn from them. And the reason why I do Yahuah's redemptive story is so that it guides children to want to learn more about our Creator, our Abba Yahuah, so that it'll be easier for them to transition when they transition into learning from the scriptures of truth, from the Torah, learning from the BYNB, learning from the Sefer, like learning from any of those books. Like, I feel like if the children learn from the comic early, that it will help them to be more apt to want to learn about Yahuah later in the future. I saw a comment that was from a long time ago, and like YouTube doesn't always notify me when I get a comment. I always want to be able to try to answer everybody in a timely fashion, but I saw there was like comments from like 5 months ago, and I'm like, oh no! But like, so I guess I have to go into my studio more often and just go through and see the comments that YouTube has not shown me. Because YouTube didn't even show me the comment about them putting a Wikipedia under one of my videos saying the NWO is a conspiracy theory, when we all know the facts on that. When the government or the high officials are saying that they always talk about the New World Order, so it is definitely not a conspiracy theory. It is a conspiracy fact. But I'm sorry. I love you all. Toda Rabba Abba Yahuah. Toda Rabba Abba Yahuah. Hallelujah. 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 I love you all. Baruch Shavuot. Shalom and blessings.